Hello, everyone. Well, and welcome to another 2024 League of Dracula match. But this time, however, it is not a league game. Uh, well, it is, but at the same time, it isn't. The league phase has come to an end. Welcome to the very first knockout phase game. The two contenders who managed to reach the top 12 are Aerol playing as the Hunters and skybreaker96 playing as Dracula. Here's something very fun about these two. Uh, I consulted the table before or making the stream, and believe it or not, they have the same number of wins, the exact same IDS, but Skybreaker have placed one and medium Burkles above of Errol. A very fun fact. So these two will likely be very evenly matched. Uh, so so yeah, this will be fun to watch. And with me today playing peekaboo spy work on the people who will be facing off against him once one wins is Pete's Wizard. Welcome, Pete's Wizard.
Hello, happy to be here. And you're exactly right. Yeah, looking at this knockout phase, I get a bye because I was in the top 4 seed, just like you. Whoever wins this game, or not with this game specifically, but whoever wins between the two of them in this stage,
Yeah,
over
the
their
series.
two games,
Uh,
right? Because they're gonna play two. If they do tie, like they win 1-1, then they'll go to a third with the roles being determined by whoever did the better of the two in their first two games. Which I actually really like that formatting. I think that formatting is much better than just going on pure IDS.
yeah.
Whoever wins that best of two, potentially best of three, um, I will
Well,
be playing them in the next stage. So I'm kind of
well,
invested a little bit in this outcome.
the first determine the first determiner, or actually after the first two games, is who scored higher IDS of in those two games, if it's 1-1, and then after that it's who placed higher in the league, which is as I just said, Skybreaker or by one at me and Burkle's point, literally one. Very
Correct. There's seeds going into it. Skybreaker is 8, Errol's 9. So it's very, like,
yes,
seeding wise, it's also very close.
yeah. So these two, we imagine, will be very evenly matched, but yeah.
I played against Errol quite a bit. I believe that we were in the third stage together.
Yes,
And
I
he
recall that.
quite an interesting Dracula player. He started England against me actually, and I'm curious to see if he will repeat that playstyle. You don't see very many England starts these days, but Errol he brought it out. I personally I'm gonna do my best to be neutral. I'm a little bit of a Skybreaker fan, just because I think Skybreaker's a really cool guy, and I think it's great if he advances further in the tournament. Granted, I mean he's not going to make it past me if he does win this best of two, but I'd like to see him get some success. So I'm on Team Skybreaker, but I will try to remain neutral for the next 2 hours while we watch this game.
Well, first of
For
all,
that,
for oh, nice smokescreen stuff for me, huh? But first of all, you're that's not being neutral, and second of all, what was I gonna say there? I I have no real inclination one way or the other. Although if I I personally am giving Errol a slight nudge, since since I if only you need to have Strider have to lose his dream of the Skybreaker or Strider tournament right away.
what did he put some predictions in for who he thinks is going to win each game? Like make a
he
bracket?
there's been a meme going around for a while due to Skybreaker and Strider meeting in 3 out of the 4 league phases. Uh,
Mm.
that this is the Strider Skybreaker tournament. Uh,
Yeah, in order for them to meet this time, it'd have to be the finals because they're on opposite sides of the bracket. So if it
precisely,
was going to be truly that they would both have to make it to the finals, which it's certainly possible.
it's
I'm going to
possible,
do
but
everything in my
very
power to prevent
difficult.
that because I want to be there, but very, very possible.
Possible, but highly unlikely because Here's the thing about Strider. His first opponent is Terminus, and by the way, folks, they'll be playing their first game tomorrow. Past that, we don't know. I have to. I know that they put it into the chart, Pizza Wizard. If you don't mind taking a peek there to look it up.
Terminus and Strider are playing. There's a Geo and Snuff game tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe they said that. Okay, I'll take a look real quick. Make sure.
I didn't ask.
23 E15 UTC, while Snuff and Geo will also be playing tomorrow at 2015 UTC. So 3 hours apart. Sadly, late in the evening for the European folks, so it may fall to us to deal with that.
We'll see. My schedule is quite crowded on a Wednesday. I'll probably tune in. I doubt I'll be able to get in the commentary booth, but we'll see. Anything's possible.
I see.
What are we doing? Anything crazy going on?
Nothing yet.
I like the escape route on Mina. I think that's pretty cool.
It not only is it just nice there, it's not really something that it's really it's just nice. It's just nice as something for me to have. And you don't mind showing it, so.
It's also been a noticeable lack of Dracula cards. We've gone 12 deep and we've seen two of 12, which is a little bit below what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be 4 of 12 if it's 25% or 33% of cards. If you're Dracula and you have a hoax now, maybe that's a little bit disappointing. But hopefully, as they continue to churn through, we'll get closer to the average. We'll get some more Dracula cards.
Yeah. I do know that. So, yeah, in terms of roles, things work a little bit different than they did in the league phase. For those who don't know, it depends on their seeding in the tournament. As mentioned, Skybreaker placed barely above Aerol, so he got to choose which role he would play first. I mean, he's gonna play both, so in my opinion, it doesn't matter all that much. But
I think the mental is kind of a big deal, but we'll see. I mean, I think winning the first game makes you feel a lot better going into the second one, because at worst, you're gonna have to go to a third game. But
yeah, true enough. Which is why he chose what I assume is his stronger side, Dracula. I played a practice match earlier with yesterday evening, I believe it was, with Aerol, and he definitely has a very interesting hunter style.
Did Skybreaker did he win more on Hunters or Dracula? He did win more on Dracula. He had 5 Dracula wins to 3 Hunter ones, so that makes sense. You guys play into his strengths. I like that. I think that's the right thing to do if you do get the choice. Play your strengths, get the win. Hopefully go into the second game with more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Scoutser, by the way. Good to see you.
Hello.
No rumor token. Interesting.
Well, it's possible Skybreaker is starting to... either as a hoax, or he may be trying the trash trail approach, as Gyro and I have described it.
He could also just not have had a vampire, right? And maybe
too.
I feel like I will always rumor token, but some people, they don't have a vampire, they rumor token. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's a reasonable strategy too, because you can save them and put a lot of pressure on in week 2 or 3.
Yeah, which honestly, the debate that Gyro had is my personal belief that they're actually more likely to chase after your first encounter, and not pay any attention to you, if it doesn't have a rumor. In my opinion, they're even more likely to. Oh, state discard. Interesting.
On Mina.
Yeah.
Wait, did you give a garlic over that? Oh, Aerol. No, Aerol. Don't keep. Oh. Okay.
Well, if she doesn't have a knife yet, I understand. It's hard to just have Mina go around without an anti-fang item. I definitely know the mindset.
She could already have a stake, right? If she already has a stake in her items, keeping 2 stakes on Mina is a little bit. I could. Okay, you know what, Errol? I'm sorry. I misjudged. I should have thought about that a
That
little bit more.
that too, and especially if Gul'damin also holds one, which considering that Gul'damin it draws extra, that's not unlikely.
Okay.
So
Alright. At least it was. If it was a garlic wraith, I don't know. I feel like I'd be up in arms about it. But it's a garlic. Garlic is better than garlic wraith. It's fine. We'll let it
yeah.
slide. We're watching you, Errol. I better see a steak on me and Ergodalming though. Watching you. Uh, it's good. I do think there is some truth to that. I do think that I am very scared. If you ever watch my commentaries of the games I play, I'm very scared of the hoax. And I think that sometimes, like, you're right, not rumoring it and then putting a room token right after the first base makes me think, okay, there's a hoax there. Which means I will go after it. Which maybe that's the strategy: is you do that to make them go after the first encounter, and then it's actually just like a delay encounter that lets the rumored vampire mature. Maybe that's the real
haven't you
strategy.
haven't you watched AMI games? Like, let me put it this way: in the Immortal Invitational, when I first beat Scott Sword, that kind of like opened my eyes as to how much I can manipulate the hunters by not placing a rumor token. It was actually then that I realized how effective it is. Basically what it, and I probably shouldn't be saying all this with us, but you and I won't meet for some time. But typically what I do is I just wait to place a rumor token until week 2. I just week 1 my order of business is filtering my hand, and I encounter an economy. I'll place the occasional thing that would mature and give me points, like an aristocratic. As I definitely don't want that in week 2. I want more active vampires. Because by week 2, that more often than not, that I'm placing down aristocrats and hoaxes for them to stake earlier. They've lost all their stake. And picture that. Going into week 2, I start laying down fighting vamp after fighting vamp, and they have no stake to deal with it. Especially against Othsword, the method is extremely effective as combat is one of Scott Sword's lesser skills. Sorry, Scott Sword. It's basically the fact that I am a good combat player. I take advantage of. I do my best to take advantage of that fact by forcing them to have to deal with things via combat if they deal with them at all.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that maybe I'm a little bit more scared of the hoax than I should be, just given that, like, I was doing some math the other day, right? There are 7, no, there's 3 respect. There are 8 vampires you can draw, 8 out of 28 cards in your 5 card starting hand. Which at that point, if you have that many, you have an 84% chance of having some sort of vampire in your hand at the beginning of the game. But comparing that to hoax, which is only 2 hoaxes in the deck, there's a 33% chance you have hoax. So I do think it's harder to play around always having the hoax, just because there's less of them, right? Like you might be like, oh, I really want to place a hoax down first, and
Yes.
just not have one in your starting hand, and then just be a
Yes,
little bit.
but by not placing a rumor token, you can definitely threaten the hoax.
That's true, and I think that hunters will play around it. I'm just saying that maybe something hunters need to consider is if it starts becoming mainstream, like, it is not that likely to have a hoax in hand. It is less than likely. Scott Sword is also wondering why you're criticizing his combat. I think your combat's fine. I think you're doing the right thing. Also, mistake. So Errol, you justified my belief in you. You discarded the guard. You had a stake on me the whole time. So good call not keeping 2 of them. It was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's doing the right thing because I feel like I understand how he plays combat, so I'd like him to not change it up right now. So if we could keep it the way it is, I'd appreciate that. He doesn't turn 1 dodge, which is good. I don't want him to turn 1 dodge. I need to keep clawing him into his punch.
Well,
it's fine. Where is Dracula? Where do we think? What is the skybreaker method? I don't see a lot of skybreaker playing.
Skybreaker, in my experience, will typically do either Italy or East. He doesn't. He doesn't typically do the central like I do. Uh,
Interesting. I like how he moved John Stewart up to Bordeaux. If only he had started him there. If only. One extra day action. That's all. Look, I'm saying, if we're gonna move him up to Bordeaux anyway, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe start him there. Like, granted, Spain's more open. Yeah, actually, no, wait, never mind. Why would I say that? Everybody should start him in Madrid. It's the right call. We'll talk about this after. Pick it out there and do some good PR.
I definitely. I actually semi-like it, like the surprise move early with Seward. In our practice game, he also went zooming up to Paris relatively early. In that case, I believe it was mainly for horse purposes, as Gulam and Mina had all 3 horses by that time. So, well, but he hadn't yet discovered my trail. So it is definitely a bit curious, how he does it, but
today's the big day. Well, no, I think it's fine. I don't think it's crazy. Like, I think keeping in Madrid is what most people do. Like, Scott, like a bunch of people start in Madrid. It's fine. I just think it's interesting that if we're gonna start in Madrid, moving him up to Bordeaux. I guess the main point of starting in Madrid is to prevent Dracula from starting in Spain, and that goal is a conflict like Dawn of the First Day. And there is in Amsterdam, the Skybreaker's I knew Skybreaker was my boy. He's the best. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then. It must be a hoax. What else would he hide in Amsterdam for if it's not token? It must be a hoax.
Well,
what else is he hide there?
It definitely implies that. Yeah, Goldhammer can go to Brussels with that. Although I might actually go only as far as Cologne. That may sound strange, but
if you think he moved out through Cologne.
I'm wrong there.
It's okay. I do think that, you know, I have gone to Amsterdam a few times in the past, just a few times. I do think that going out to Cologne might be better than Brussels. I think I like Cologne better than Brussels a little bit, but I think it probably varies on one hand. There we go. Cologne. But I can't believe he did it. I'm so happy now. This is just you can't see me right now. I have a huge grin on my face. I'm so happy. And Aerol's happy that he moved John Stewart to Bordeaux because now we can get people there reliably. And apparently I'm not going away.
This is... Oh? I'm not sure exactly.
And desktop audio, maybe?
No, I have desktop audio off.
Let me turn on the audio stream from home. See what it's like.
Well, I think that he said, and you in particular are echoing.
He's correct. I hear like a reverb. That's that effect.
Oh, excellent weather as well. Interesting.
Okay, he could have also gone North Sea there if he really wanted to make Amsterdam, but I think that'd be a little bit much.
That'd be a little bit overkill.
You don't need 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll take a peek at OBS. Let's just see. There's 2 things going off.
I mean, there's definitely something going on. I'm not typed with it, but
okay. Maybe that'll fix it. I actually may have found it.
Okay, good. I like moving Munich to Munich here because there's no drag in Munich, and by going there, you now make it so
block it off. Yes.
Actually, unless he's going to take the very slow route through Prague and Vienna.
Yes, although on the flip side of that, I'm not saying it was a bad move at all. I agree with it, but now this is a very good turn for Dracula Wolfram anyway. 2 spaces from Cologne. That'll be someplace like Zurich, Nuremberg, which are very excellent Wolfram locations. I could even be Nantes. Well, no, not Nantes. Silly. But chances are the first spot after Cologne is Strasbourg, and then after that will be Geneva or Zurich, both of which are very prime Wolfram locations. Uh, and
That's the one thing
he can go down towards Spain. He can go he if it's Zurich, he can wolf from over Mina. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't especially. That's one thing that I like dislike about how he's sent not more than one hunter. I mean, yes, if it's there's bats, you want to have someone else on hand.
He's rumor tokening what's after Cologne. Did he go Frankfurt into Strasbourg and then wolf form from Strasbourg?
Could be.
Why is he rumor tokening what's after Cologne if it's Strasbourg? It's so obviously Strasbourg. Why would he rumor token it? Did he Hamburg, maybe? Oh, okay, there's a bats.
Oh.
Into the forewarn.
I would have just tanked it since Seward is also there. I would have saved that
maybe
for later.
Maybe Seward to do something else. But yeah, I mean, I think that
Seward
maybe
horse.
Alming's going with stake. Maybe Seward doesn't have stake and he's worried about fighting it if he thinks it's actually a vampire.
Not Nuremberg. Okay.
On Nuremberg. A decent check.
Yeah. I can definitely respect that one.
Yeah, I mean, like, but the options are like he went Strasbourg. Oh, not a good horse. You went like Zurich, and then wolf formed maybe to like Leipzig or to Zagreb, or I mean, from Zurich you can get all the way to Toulouse. You can get to Genoa, but that isn't particularly far. But you could do it.
Yeah.
I feel like Mina probably doesn't want to check like 59 today, though. That would be pretty risky. I guess she has an escape route, or she did. She's now showing Lucky Find instead.
Well, that's also a very good tool, as you could find yourself a holy circle, perhaps.
Strasbourg? Okay, no, he just went Strasbourg. Okay.
Okay, so
maybe I'm a little bit too eager for Frankfurt. I need to calm down. It's not always Frankfurt.
Yeah, that's been the hype spot of this tournament, hasn't it? Okay, Reckless Vampire.
Yeah, I mean, he knows she has a stake, right?
Like, yep, it's right there. So therefore, he'll
Fang.
He'll at least try to. That's for sure.
I don't know about rumor tokening it when you know that Mina has a stake and that she's right there.
Yeah, I agree with that. You just announce its presence right there, whereas you might have been able to draw her into a night fight.
I mean, maybe east and he wanted to make Mina move west to deal with it. There's some possibility there, I suppose.
Maybe, although Sura could have just as easily gone to it.
Right.
Ooh, okay. While she stayed east. So I can't say. So I really can't say it like that.
I don't know if Seward has a stake. Maybe he does. But I mean, if we think Mina's got one, I think Godalming's got one. I think that's why he used forewarn.
More likely than not, yeah. I'd a guess it's I'd a guess. And keep in mind that there was one discarded, so there's only one unaccounted. If we're right, where there's only one unaccounted for, so therefore it's less like.
If we're assuming Godalming has one, only one accounted for.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Seward doesn't. For the time being.
Which would mean that would have had to been the one to deal with it. I mean, if they want. I mean, Godalming could have done it if this isn't a vampire and he could move down with. I don't know. Does he have horses? I don't think we've seen horses on him yet because he chartered carriage and then normal moves.
Yeah. So far, Seward is the only one that's shown one.
And Van Helsing. Van Helsing poorly rolled horses to get to Greece.
Oh, I see. Right. Forgot about that.
Ooh, I missed around to combat. What happened? A rifle into a second clause. Ooh, yeah. Aggressive. Maybe didn't have the fang.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, is he trying to kill it right now? It kind of looks like it.
Well, I mean, it is. I think you can agree that Aerol is definitely a more aggressive hunter.
Yeah.
So I think Okay, nice.
I like that. I think Vampire playing Fang there makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, especially since he's out of claws, and he'll want to play something that will hit you if you try to escape. So.
Well, right, and you know that she's got stake and rifle, so if she now plays a knife to kill the vampire, you will now know every item in her hand, which I think is good information by itself.
Strength and. Oh, yep.
Well played, Errol.
Nice. Makes me wonder if he'll actually just wait Ace to and try to save his stake. Uh, let's fight again tomorrow and heal by night. Makes me.
I think it feels bad to stake a 1 HP vampire, but I still think it's what you're supposed to do because they're tenacious little bloodsuckers.
There's
They
that.
can hold on.
There's that. There's that stake we had assumed of.
Yep.
But there's another reason. If Sewer doesn't have a stake, don't you want to keep a stake around or something more threatening?
I mean, he's not going to be able to put it down another rumor token today. He'll have to wait until tomorrow to do it. And at that point, I think he'll have time to deal with it. But, you know.
Well, that depends on exactly where he will form to, and from where.
They should be able to find it. I have faith in them. I mean, they're going to probably check, I imagine, if it wasn't Nuremberg, I would check 24 and 60.
Yeah. But if it's Zurich, there are all sorts of possibilities. Could be over in the east, could be up at Leipzig, could be down at Genoa, Venice.
I think that's when the Hunters just got to hunker down and supply once they've dealt with this rumor token. That's why I think they can't delay in dealing with it, because I want them to start supplying as much as they can. Because they supply, they will find something to find out where he is, eventually.
Most of the time.
And if
Question is whether or not they're simply too late.
yeah, okay. I think this is the right call. I think it's rough. It feels bad, but
Especially after revealing that rifle.
yeah, really, I'm not sure about that rifle play, honestly. But I mean, he did block claws with it, so it worked out really well.
I mean, what difference does? In truth, what difference does it make in the long run? Because look at what she. I mean, you use a stake, you have to flip something up anyway, right? Might as well show something in the combat to defend yourself. So,
I suppose that's true. Yeah. Didn't think about that. And maybe if you do 2 damage to the vampire, it's scared of dying, so then it will play things like strength when you want to escape. Because I think that's a big reason why he played strength there in round 4, was because he was worried about the vampire dying.
Yeah.
Because it was.
I mean, honestly, I would have played the second Fang if he had it. Because I would have just risked it.
Well, yeah, I think he didn't have second Fang. I
Nice.
think second Fang makes a lot of sense there.
I mean,
it's fine.
Semi-nice, at least. It's definitely
an
interesting
it's
choice.
not bad. If there was a bad encounter on the next base, I think that it's fine if you misdirect it. The problem is, we already know that essentially it's either Frankfurt, 60 or 24. And I feel like it's probably 60. Because if it's not 60, anywhere else, I feel like is worse than 60. So I would just play around it being 60. And if it's not, he's still kind of within my fence of like middle of Germany, France, or Italy.
Yeah.
Outside of a 58 and 59, obviously. If he was in Zurich, which is why Zurich is the best option.
By the way, is it just me, or do we have trail sliding first?
Oh, I haven't been paying specific attention to it. I assume it's sliding first. You misdirect before you slide the trail. No, you slide trail and then misdirect.
Yeah.
Right? No.
So
no,
what?
Hold on. Wait. Do you...
Hey, let's pay attention to the next Dracula phase here. Because we may have to just call off this game. We may have to call off this game. Because with it not... Whoa. What do you know?
That's good. See, that's why it's the play, folks. You'll just draw the higher scouts. So now we know for... So then now the misdirect looks pretty bad. I think it was a good try by Skybreaker.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he did the slightly obvious move of going east. Stewart is going to jump onto him right now? Really? Really?
Aerol is definitely a very aggressive hunter.
Oh, he's going in. Okay. I mean, Dracula probably didn't think he was going to get found today, so he might not have a good encounter there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a desperate sword.
Okay. Just getting some good... Making sure he has a good card for after. But...
Look, if I have just misdirected and Wolfhorn 59 moved to 49, I have no thought in my mind that I'm going to get jumped on today. Like, that is the furthest thought. That they're somehow going to both find me and then be able to get someone there. But, I mean, Errol did it.
This is... Yeah, and in all fairness, especially if he has great strength somewhere about, uh, he will. It will be tough to kill him, as this is Seward we're talking about.
Okay, wait, hold on. Scott's saying you can check the advanced rules in the setting. Advanced rules. The layers advanced when we're talking about the free placement. No house rules are enabled. So
Yeah,
would that mean that it's not enabled? It should be automatically enabled, right? They would have had to have actively turned it off.
yeah, that's
Let me
funny.
let's
That
quickly
house,
rewind this.
and the thing is, it is a house rule.
Yeah, so hold on. I'm looking in the. I'm gonna look at the Dracula face right now. Okay, I picked the one Dracula phase where he was thinking about what he was doing because this is the day he misdirected. What did Van Helsing do? Oh, he moved to 41. Okay, that's
yeah,
fine. Okay, he misdirects before he moves.
but has the trail slid in yet?
Hold on, I'm looking. It hasn't slid when he misdirected. I'm just gonna see.
Well, you have to slide before even a special becomes enabled. So therefore,
Yeah, no, the house rule isn't active.
Scott Sword, what say you?
It's gonna take him a second because of the delay.
Okay,
Yeah, slide's not active.
heroic leap. So
I mean, that's the reason to do that. Does Dracula just feed and kill Seward now?
possibly, but I mean, first of all, we have to. I mean, Scott Sword, as an admin, this is kind of your call.
His purview.
Do we have to call all this off? Because this is not via the especially
Oh.
with that going
Oh
down.
no. Like, yeah, I think if we have to make a call, we gotta make it soon, right? Because otherwise, it's gonna feel really bad if we don't say something. It's gonna feel bad if we do it after the. And I feel like this is already. I feel like I wish we had made a decision before we had seen me at CG. Um. Do we? Let's hold on. Don't. You need to see what I want to see what Scott says. I don't want to mess with their game unnecessarily in the knockouts. Um. Okay, hold on. Where are the players? Okay. Well, it's because the house rule isn't active. I don't know how the house rule got turned off because it's automatically active. You'd have to go in there and
Yeah,
unactivate it.
I don't I don't get it either. I
Well, Errol probably right. Errol probably just went in there on accident.
yeah, Scott Sword seems to be jumping in uh into the game to possibly,
Oh,
let's just say I do have him as Steam friend, so I can tell when he's jumping into a game.
good. Oh, I, I,
You're going Robo from there.
still like that.
Okay, there we go. You're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I really dislike interfering in it. Like, I'm very careful not to interfere things. I'm very happy if Scott Stewart, as an admin, is going to come in and fix
Yeah.
this.
This is because I mean by the tourney rules, you have to have that.
Here he comes.
Yeah, by the tournament rules, as I understand them, you have to have that enabled.
Yeah, I remember that there was a game with Burke Molly where it was like working against him the whole time, and we realized it like at the very end of the game, or like we realized it really late into the game. And this is like only a week into the game. Okay. I see there. Okay, yes, Scott, sir, there is an issue. What are we gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Okay. I really wish he had not played CG today. Like, I get that it's a good move for him from the gameplay perspective. It just makes this ruling more awkward, right? Because now Errol is gonna be like, I had CG, I used heroic leap. Trail slide first doesn't seem to be active. Yeah, it isn't.
Yeah. And I
We're a week into the game. Are we just gonna let it fly? Are we gonna say we need to restart the game? was at the what? Hold on.
I have my doubts about that, to be honest.
I don't think you can change it in the game. I can look at the stream and see
Yeah.
what's going on. Yeah, I'm doing that right.
Yeah, this is definitely weird.
Earlier in June, but that would be on automatic.
So,
Right. It was on earlier in the game. I don't know why it would have turned off. Yeah, it was not on earlier in the game. It was not on. I'm looking at like week 1.
Not on. Piece Wizard. Not on Piece Wizard consulted footage.
It was not. It was not. Like I was looking at week 1.
Do we need to restart? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Skybreaker obviously wants to restart here for obvious reasons.
I mean, that's just not fair, because that's a massive debuff to him at the beginning of the knockout stage.
That is true.
Okay, and Aerol says that's no problem.
Okay, and Aerol doesn't care.
So therefore, we may have. So therefore, folks, he acknowledges that if he didn't notice, that was his fault as he created the lobby.
I'm glad Aerol doesn't feel bad about it. It is default that. I don't understand
that's
how.
Funny.
That's very odd.
Very odd. I'm going to have to send this video to Erodra and Dida Elliot for them to analyze. See if they.
Yeah, Scott's okay. Good. Scott's been verified. Okay. But like, I feel like whenever I make a game, it is automatic. Okay, yeah. I can do this over if you are. Okay, he didn't use an apostrophe. I don't really care. If you're game, yeah, no problem with that.
All right.
Okay.
All right, folks. All right, folks. Sorry, but
let's see another Amsterdam that hides. Oh, I want to see him run it back.
I shall refresh with a new stream as soon as I can, but